Okay guys, so this is a quick rundown on how to use this tool. It's really easy, really straightforward. So as you can see right from the beginning, if you launch it, you're going to get warnings. It's going to say that these paths are not set. You need to set these paths for this tool to work. It's not just for the tool to work, it's for your project to know where things are at in order to properly compile and like configure it and everything. So all we gotta do is go to choose option 1. It's going to ask you for the path where you want to host all your projects in. By default, it's going to make a folder in the C drive that's called SKSE dev. You can press enter and keep that, or you can make your own. For this video, we're going to go ahead and just press enter. Now it's going to ask you for your game folder path. So this is where Skyrim.exe is located. So just go to that. And oh shit, excuse me, sorry. Copy and paste that in there, and it's going to make that environment variable. Okay, next is going to ask where the mods are at. So you can set this to your data folder, or if you use Vortex or Mod Organizer, just set it to wherever your mods are installed. So for example, I'm going to copy over my Mod Organizer path, and wherever mods is at, that's where you want to go. If you use MO2, you want to find it, just go over here, open up MO2, settings, and go to the paths tab, and click on these 3 dots, and just copy this this path right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit cancel on that, minimize this, and I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm just going to delete this right here and just paste it. Same as I had before, but I just wanted to show you how to get to that path. Okay, so you're gonna get spammed that says close this window and relaunch to set the paths properly. So do what it says, close the window. All right, and now all you gotta do is just relaunch the launcher, and the paths will be green forever. All right, we like green paths. Green is good. Okay, so now if the next step, which you can repeat over as much as you want to make new projects, whatever. Okay, so press 2 to create a new project, and now it's going to ask you for your project name. So we're going to call it My Cool Project, and we're going to set a version 1.0. And the author name, whatever your username is, whatever you want to set your author name to, and whatever description you want to give it. I'm just going to put SKSE plugin. Now what it's going to do, it's going to go ahead and download and install the template. And this template is going to be fully operational as soon as it's installed. In the next step, we will update some dependencies, but it's very likely not even required to do that. You should be able to start coding right away from after this step is done. Okay, so when it's done installing all the stuff it wants to install, what it will do is going to delete the xmake Lua, which is basically your project configuration directory file, and it's going to make another one that supports this setup, and it's pretty robust off the bat. This is not like a minimal setup. Some people might consider minimal if they're really advanced, but it's pretty good to go right off the get. So, and you'll be able to start making mods right away without any issues. You can literally do it right now. So anyway, caution, this will remove all Git history from this project. So we installed a template, so whenever it says this, and when you made a new project running this script, just hit yes, and it's going to remove the history from the template, so it becomes your own project. It will detach it. So go ahead and press any key to continue, and it will take you back to the main menu. All right, so let's say you want to update dependencies. All right, so just press 3, update, and then just choose whatever mod that you want. So these folders are all folders that contain a file called xmake Lua, which is, like I said, your configuration directory kind of file, and every other folder is filtered out. So we are going to go ahead and choose number 6 because that's the mod we made. It's called My Cool Project. So for this case, we're going to choose number 6. Now it's going to tell you, hey, we are now inside My Cool Project. Do you want to update the xmake package index? It's always safe to rerun, and you basically want to do this all the time whenever you launch it. Now it's going to ask you, caution, upgrade all xmake dependencies. It says caution. I put it that way just because if it's working and running well, maybe you don't want to update this, but because it might, you know, break compatibility. But for this case, we're just going to go ahead and say yes. Alright, so now it's going to show you that 3 packages were updated, which is CMake, CMake1, and SPIDlog. Don't worry about the CMake. It gets used in the background, so it's okay to update it. Let's see, so generate Visual Studio project. So you can hit yes, just so if you want to use this project in order to make your mod, you can do it that way in order to use Visual Studio as your fully for your foundation. I don't like doing that. A big reason I made this tool is because I don't like doing that. I prefer to use this tool instead. So press any key to continue. Alright, so you updated your dependencies. Let's say you want to go ahead and build your project. So with this, you can build it with what's called SEA at the same time together. If your code is correct and it's version neutral, you can also build VR. For this tool, it makes you either choose between VR or SEA. You can't combine all 3. Because I have found that there's usually issues trying to combine all 3. But you can modify the tool and the xmake lua as much as you want. But that's the way I like to do it. So that's the way I set it for this tool. So go ahead and hit number 4 to build your project for release or debugging. And we are going to go ahead again and choose My Cool Project, number 6 in this case. And it's going to check, make sure that some tools are detected, make sure it's good to go. And if you see no red, you are solid. In this case, I'm going to choose number 2. It defaults to 2 for release build, and I will choose number 3 for the runtime to build for SE combined with AE. Clean project before build. This will delete your .xmake folder, which is basically like a history, like a cache of it, and your build, which is pretty much the same thing. So for this case, I'm just going to say yes. I want to delete those folders and just do a clean compile. Alright, during this part, you will start compiling. Your computer might slow down, you might see a lot of stuttering or maybe some auto scrolling down, like anywhere you look. Your CPU is being abused right now, so just wait a little while until CommonLib is done compiling and also done compiling your plugin. Okay, now when it's done compiling My Cool Project in Mod Organizer or Vortex, if you use Vortex, just go over there and you should see My Cool Project load. As you can see, I've tried this video a couple times. Whatever, I can just delete that. I can delete this testing stuff. I can delete my sick ass mod. Whatever, but anyway, My Cool Project is now there. Just activate it. Run the game to test it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, go back to the fucking coding. So go ahead and go back to the window, just press any key to continue. It's gonna bring you back to the main menu. And that's basically all the work that you need to do. All you ever need to do when you're done with step 1, 2, and 3 is just 4 for build project. That's it. But there's obviously features where you can, set your environment variables. If you don't have them set, they're up here, and if it's all green, you're good to go, unless you set them wrong. But you should have definite paths to where your stuff is at. Create a new project. Obviously, you create a new project. Update dependencies for your new project or your existing project. You can do that sometimes. But 1 to 3 is not something you'll use very often. 4 is the one you're going to be using a lot. All right, so let's say that you mess with your xmakelua file, right? Let me show you what that is. So in the my cool project folder, there's going to be a file called xmake.lua. This file is basically like a instructions directory kind of file. It's going to tell the code how to compile and things like that, and where things are, and some rules that you can't break unless you'll get an error if you try to break the rule. So this one's pretty good to go. It's a lot more robust than the template one that came with it. And let's say you mess with it, things stop working, but it worked with this one. What you can do is just regenerate the file. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And with option 5, you can hit rebuild / update the default xmakelua. All right, and we are going to go to my cool project, which is what we've been using. Option 6. And it's going to ask you for data again in order to make that file, the xmakelua. So enter plugin name. We're going to name it the same name, my cool project. Version, whatever version it is currently. Enter author name. I'm going to enter my Nexus name. Enter plugin description, wherever you want. This is a plugin. And it went ahead, deleted the old one, and made a new one. And press any key to continue. It's going to take you back to the main menu. Now let's say that you want to put some history of your project and also be able to push this to GitHub with GitHub Desktop, which is an optional install, but recommended. Just press 6, enter. We're going to go to my cool project, which is 6 here. And it's going to ask you to initialize Git repository, if not already initialized. This is safe to run every time, but you probably shouldn't do it. Well, I mean, you shouldn't do it if it's already initialized before. In this case, it's not initialized because during the install, we delete the history of it. So just go ahead and press yes if you're running it for the first time. Then it stages the files, the changes that were made to the project. Now you want to hit type a commit message. So let's just say for this commit message, we're just gonna say updated main plugin, if that's what you did. And open GitHub Desktop to review or push. So if you want to go ahead and push this to GitHub, you can go ahead and just type in Y, and it's going to open GitHub for you. And now you can just, if it's not available here, you can just hit create a new repository from your local drive, navigate to that folder, and create a repository after entering some information. Press any key to continue. Goes back to the main menu. Now for option 7, detach Git, delete Git history. So let's say we run this and type 6. It's going to prompt you. This will remove all Git history from this project. So it will detach this project from that repository so you can make it a different one. Or it will remove, let's say you install a template you want and you run it in that folder, or you run it in that folder template. You can use this option to detach it and make it your own. So go ahead and press Y. And now the Git folder was removed successfully. Any key to continue. And you're back to the main menu. So that's basically the rundown of this tool in its entirety at the moment. I'm sure I'm going to make changes to it. I'm going to do my best to make it pretty self-explanatory, make it very easy to understand. So you can just focus on learning code and working on your projects. Alright guys, thank you for watching. And make sure you endorse this mod, alright? The more endorsements I get on this, the more people can see it. Alright? Alright, good luck.